Yo, what's going on, guys? Troy here with Muscle Tactics, chilling up here in the beautiful Santa Monica Pier. We got Santa Monica Beach behind me. I'm sure you can scope out some hot girls on the beach somewhere down there. So it's a beautiful Friday and it's a great day to enjoy yourself at the beach. And you know what's a hell of a lot more fun when you're at the beach is when you have ripped six-pack abs, when you're shredded. So I want to get into 4 crucial mistakes that so many people are making. Almost every person who doesn't have those ripped six-pack abs is making. So I call this the six-pack suicide list because these are 4 killer mistakes that you're making if you do not have six-pack abs. So let me dive right in. And the first six-pack abs suicide mistake is you guys are drinking way too many calories. Why do you think so few Americans have six-pack abs? I read that it's something like 1 out of 1,000 Americans has six-pack abs. Well, probably the same reason that you have like a Starbucks making money and in business at like every single corner. I mean, I'm out here in the LA area and there'll be a Starbucks at 1 block and you'll walk 3 blocks down and there'll be another Starbucks. So if you look at the menu of most Starbucks drinks, the drinks that are keeping these places in business, that are basically turning, Starbucks into a, multi-billion-dollar cash cow, is all these sugar-laden drinks. You have your caramel frappuccinos, you have, even the skinny drinks have tons of artificial flavors and they still have a lot of sugar and junk in them. So if I actually analyze the Starbucks menu and I can only find like coffee with no added sweetener and tea with no added sweetener that didn't have like any junk or added sugars. So it's really tough to go to all these local places and find a drink that basically isn't gonna make you fat. So, and that's not even counting the energy drinks and the sports drinks that have all this added sugar. So do not drink your calories, guys. I mean, if you wanna enjoy every calorie, save those extra calories for dessert, because I know personally, I'd much rather have a piece of cheesecake than drink an extra 500 or 600 calories, every single day. So this really adds up over the course of time. Most Americans and most people all over the world, every single day they're drinking between a 500 and 1,000 calories. So just, lower this intake of excess liquid calories and you guys will see huge dividends with your six-pack abs and your overall physique. Have more green tea. Use all natural sweeteners in it to sweeten it up. Use, lemon. Put lemon and nectarine, it's a monk fruit sweetener, in your green tea. There's lots of creative ways to still enjoy yourself and not go crazy. They have something called sparkling ice. It's a carbonated beverage. It actually tastes really good. It tastes similar to, like, I had the orange one. It tastes just like orange soda. Actually, my boy Kevin Durant is now sponsored by them. So sparkling ice, really good tasting 0-calorie drink. So nowadays we have so many lower calorie options. You really have absolutely no excuse to fill your body with all these sugar-laden drink calories. So don't drink your calories if you guys want those ripped six-pack abs. The second six-pack abs suicide mistake is the wrong kind of cardio. Now this is huge, and this basically laid the foundation for a lot of elements of the Science of Abs program. But you do not want to do that slow twitch cardio if you want really fast fat burning and you want all the metabolism and fat burning hormone benefits. You want to work out your fast twitch muscle fibers. These are the muscle fibers that are going to be responsible for all these positive hormonal changes when it comes to stimulating our fat burning and our muscle building hormones. So just switching your cardio from a slow twitch phase to a fast twitch phase has tremendous benefits. So instead of jogging on the treadmill, instead of running these long distances, hit up some sprints, do some explosive fast twitch exercises, and you're going to notice that the melt is going to start to just drip off. You guys will look more athletic. You guys are going to have chiseled six-pack abs. So instead of doing that boring, long, static cardio on the treadmill and just running for miles and miles, if you guys are training for aesthetics, training for abs, do fast twitch cardio. The third six-pack abs suicide mistake is really poor macronutrient timing. Now, when I developed the Science of Abs eating system, I really was conscious of the hormonal aspects of consuming carbohydrates and proteins and fats at specific times. You can still enjoy pretty much any single food group and anything you want if you know when to consume them, because for instance, post-workout, you could have sugar. It's going to spike your insulin, it's going to shuttle nutrients into your cells, it's going to serve it, an anabolic purpose. But if you consume sugar right before you go to bed, it's going to drop your growth hormone levels all the way down. Growth hormones are really powerful fat burning hormones. So just like you can have the same amount of calories in, you know, the same day, but they can serve two very different purposes. So that's why I know a lot of people are, you know, on if it fits your macros, but it's a lot more complicated than that if you really want to have chiseled six-pack abs year-round. So with that being said, just be very conscious of the macronutrient timing. Like one of the biggest things that you can do is not consume carbohydrates within, you know, 2-3 hours of your bedtime. So just by doing this, you're going to elicit the maximum growth hormone. You guys are going to just feel healthier, you're going to get up easier, you're going to have more energy levels. So just a simple swap of carbohydrates, you know, not consuming carbohydrates before bed and consuming the right kind of carbohydrates right after you work out is going to have tremendous impact on your six-pack abs results. And last, but certainly not least, not enough compound exercises in your workouts. I don't know how many guys that I know and that I've met over the years who aren't ripped, they don't have six-pack abs, and they go to the gym and they just do a bunch of arm curls and they do some, you know, ground crunches, and I think that's going to get them the physique that they desire. But compound exercises are going to elicit the most testosterone, the most natural growth hormone. So by doing compound exercises in the gym, it's going to have all these tremendous muscle building and fat burning benefits. So don't go in the gym and do a bunch of arm curls. Don't work out these smaller muscle groups. You want to work out the major muscle groups, the compound exercises like the squat and the deadlift and the barbell row, the shrug. The exercises where you can put the most overload on your body, that will get you those ripped six-pack abs. And those were 4 six-pack abs suicide mistakes that you're making, preventing you guys from getting that ripped beach body. Anyways guys, I'm gonna go reenact my favorite scene from The Notebook. I'm gonna get my Ryan Gosling on and go hang from that Ferris wheel over there. But if you're looking for the quickest path to shredded six-pack abs, head on over to scienceofabs.com. Thanks guys. So everybody's talking about these Hollywood leading men with these insanely ripped abs. So this is called Hollywood abs, guys. This is an incredible 10-minute ab workout that you can do anywhere with absolutely zero equipment that'll get you those Hollywood looking ripped abs.